Hi there, Anna the Dietitian here. In this video, I wanted to do an overview of all the main features of the Constant Health app. So we're starting off on the Experiments tab of the app. So this is where you're able to view your vision as well as your vision image and any experiments that you have set up. So you can see here that I've got a couple experiments on the go. One of them is completed, the two others aren't. So if I did go on a 20-minute walk today, I could click on the little bubble next to the experiment in order to mark it as complete. So that would let my health coach and my registered dietitian know that I completed that experiment. Some other experiments auto-complete based on the information that's inputted. So if I rated my hunger and cravings, that rate your day experiment would auto-complete. As you can see, my protein at breakfast experiment has already auto-completed based on the information that I tracked. The settings tab is the cogwheel on the top left-hand side of the screen. If you click into here, you can modify some aspects of your profile. So you can customize your diary, you can turn notifications on or off, such as receiving messages, etc. You can also customize the weight unit and the water unit. You can also view some how-to videos, see our privacy policy, send feedback, as well as access some resources that we use in the program. So I'm going to exit out of that screen, and I'm now going to go into the Team tab. So the Team tab is where you're able to chat with your health team. So you can send a message in here, as you can see. You can also view your session summary notes. So after sessions, your registered dietitian will add some notes from the experiments you're working on and some key takeaways into there, so you can access those as a resource. And you can also provide feedback about the program. And this is also where you can book your next session with your health team. And we do have a video that walks you through all the steps of doing that. I'm now going to access the diary tab of the app. So this is where you're able to track a variety of data, such as your food intake. So let's take a look at that first. So I'm going to click into the lunch tab, and I'm going to show you a couple ways that I could track my lunch. So first and foremost, I'm on the recent tab of the screen, so I can see foods that I've recently inputted. And this is also where you can access the quick add feature, which allows you to input information yourself from a food item. And we do have a video that walks you through how to do that. I can also see what foods I've tracked recently. And this is also where I can see any saved meals as well as any saved recipes. So if I wanted to track a food item, I could either search for it in the search tab, or I could also use the voice recorder or the barcode scanner in order to input food items. And we do have videos that explain how to do so. So I'm going to exit out of that tab now, and I'm going to take a look at the view details screen. So at the top of the screen, you can see a variety of information as it pertains to the nutrition content of what you're tracking. So you can see the calories, protein, and carbs, but you could also click on the view details tab in order to see a little bit more information about the total nutrition content of what you've consumed, or you could also view that nutrition content per meal. So I can click into my breakfast and see a little bit more details about what my breakfast nutrition was like. You can also view progress by clicking on the progress tab towards the bottom of the screen, and that's where you can see information like weight changes, your average hunger and cravings, your average calories, etc. And you can view this information. I'm just going to exit out of there for a second. You can view this information by week, by month, 3 months, 6 months, etc. You can also customize your food diary by clicking on that Customize Food Diary button at the bottom of the screen. And that's where you can add in meals, you can add in snacks, take them away, etc. And we do have a video that walks you through the steps of doing that. I'm now going to click on the pink plus button that's on the kind of right hand side of the screen, and this allows you to track additional information such as your weight, and that's a conversation to have with your registered dietitian as to how frequently you want to track that, as well as whether you want to track it at all. You can also track your exercise. So let me track that 20-minute walk that I went on earlier. So I'm going to say intensity light as well as duration 20 minutes. Then I'll change the time as well. And I can track that. You can also track hunger and cravings. So if I click into that button, I can see that I can rate my hunger and cravings on a scale of 1 to 5. So let's say I had pretty high cravings earlier today. I can maybe give it a 4 out of 5, keep my hunger low, and I can log that. You can also track your water intake if that's something that you'd like to do. So as you can see here, I can track the volume of water that I've had. And I can also add in some notes to my diary. So this is basically a way to add free-form text. So if there's something about this particular day that you want to remember, you can add it in here and it will date stamp those notes to the diary. If you forgot to track something the day before or a couple days prior, you can always access those diary days by kind of going back on the diary. So I'm going to click on that little arrow at the top of the screen to go back to a previous day. So if I forgot to track something, I can always add it back in. So now I'm going to go onto the recipes tab of the app. So the recipes tab is where you can access a ton of different recipes that we've added to the app. You can view recently added recipes, or you can also view them by a couple of different filters that we have, such as family favorites, snacks, one-pot meals, etc. So if you click into those categories, you can see more specific recipes. You can also search for recipes by adding in, the name of a recipe or an ingredient. And you can also filter recipes to find recipes that are more specific to your needs. So I'm going to click on that filter button on the top right-hand side of the screen. I'm going to clear my recent filters. I'm going to add in some new ones. So let's say that I'm looking for maybe some high protein dinner meals. So I'm going to set a filter of at least 20 grams of protein. And the meal type I'm going to do is dinner. I'm going to apply those two filters, and then the recipes that I'm getting are high protein dinner options. So it can be a little bit easier to find what you're looking for by using that filter. I'm going to exit out of that screen. As you're taking a look through recipes, you can favorite some of your favorite recipes by clicking on that little heart button, and that way they're going to end up in that favorites section of the app. And we do have a video that kind of walks through the recipes tab in a little bit more detail and shows you how to easily track some of these recipes into the app as well. I'm now going to access the community feature. So I'm going to click on that community tab at the bottom right-hand side of the screen. And the community tab allows you to communicate with other members of the Constant Health community. There's a couple of threads that you can follow, and you can, answer questions, provide guidance, support, ask any questions you might have about the app, share your favorite recipes, etc. So we highly encourage members of the Constant Health community to engage in this feature in order to provide and have some more support during the Constant Health program. Thanks so much.